Well, good afternoon, people. It's Sunday, Remembrance Sunday, down in the shed, making a very small video, showing you really quite a bare layout because the weather's changed. Done the ballasting, haven't I? But I've only got 5 locomotives left here, and most of the rolling stock has been removed. So probably for the first time, very clearly, you can see the layout of the the way the track, the sidings without anything on them, and just a couple of trains going around just for the sake of making sure that the layout is working, because it is getting damp and cold, I suppose, because it is the year that we are in November. It's cold at night. Although I've got the heating running now, it's very pleasant in there at the moment. It's not cold in here. I have an issue now, and it may affect the layout. I've just spent a couple of minutes before running the trains round, going over the track, cleaning the track with the track rubber, because I know the layout has been down for 14 months. It was a year old in September. So we're now 14 months old, and with lots of usage in that time, lots of cleaning the track. But last year I never had the problems I'm experiencing now, and that problem is tarnishing, guys. The track is going yellow with tarnish, so much so that I won't have to bother about painting the sides of the track. It may be coincidence that it's happened because the weather has changed, but to be honest, it's happened where I've ballasted. Quite strangely, on the actual concreted area of the track, that's fine. That doesn't need cleaning. That's as silver as it always is. Similarly, underneath the scenic brake, the track is as silver as it's always been, and I don't need to get underneath there to clean it, or a cleaning wagon does the job on that. But everywhere you can see is ballast, and I haven't done these rails yet. They're yellow, so much so that it's interfering with the signal. And also, if you put your finger up, I don't know, still okay, it's smoothish, but there's definitely a coating. There's some sort of corrosion. I mean, this is Hornby set track, it's supposed to be nickel silver. So it doesn't rust like steel rusts, but obviously it still corrodes. Here you can see I've cleaned the track, and thank heavens the track, the layout is not that big, so I can clean the track, and I can get my arm, underneath there enough to feel where I've finished ballasting, and then I can clean the track. So that's no problem at all. And as you can see, the trains are running. The same with the back. I can lean over the front, providing I've got nothing on the very, very front edge. I can lean over and I can reach the back. And I'm pleased to say I didn't ballast all the way deep down in there. Only to just about where, out the eyesight. So again, I can get my hand in there and just clean the track where I need to clean the track. So once it's clean, yeah, it runs. But I've had to do this, I've never had this before. I didn't experience it before, so I don't know what's going to happen. If I, could be, I don't know what it's like to get the track back up after it's been stuck down with ballast. Don't know. It could be that, if I get so fed up with it, because, we've got the winter to get through, do I sit down and basically start all over again? I've tried everything. The only thing that's really getting it clean is a good track rubber, and obviously I use the Pico one, yeah, and this one is by Roco, because as I said to you, years ago I had a layout up in the loft. I've got another one of these coming, a brand new one. This is this is great because this is so nice and big. It just as opposed to where you sort of keep falling off the track with this thing. This one you can get, it's nice and big, and this one is nice and big and chunky. So when you put it on the track, you know, you've really got something nice to hold yourself against, and it does the job in seconds of removing the tarnish, admittedly. Hence these trains are running around, no problem at all. But yeah, I've done a little bit of fencing there, did my walkway, reinstated that, got a little sign at each side now. But I don't like that fence. I've got more of this one coming, the Hornby style. Got more of that. I'll spray that white like I did that, and I'll get rid of this. This is ratios fencing, and it's too chunky. Don't like it. I'll put it down, but no, I don't like looking at it. You know, we've got the normal fencing at the front here, which is fair enough for railway stock, but I didn't want to put this fencing around that point there, so I will go back and using this fencing that I got there and put it here. I mean, it's all what I do, chaps. This is all just drilled, paperclip inserted into the post, and then small holes drilled every now and then reinsert. So that's what. So the fence is not stuck down. Doesn't need to be. You see, I can pull that up because there, in that one there, there's a little pin. You see that one there? There's a pin underneath my fingers there. So that's how it goes back in, finds the hole, push the hole back, and that's your fence. Get it back in position, and that's that fence, and it's as good to secure. So there's a pin there, and there's possibly a pin at the end there, somewhere like that. So that's how I put my fences in. The ones at the front, as you know, they've got little, you know, they've been drilled every now and then so they can slot into a hole. So yeah, I will replace this particular one with the type that's over there and give it to, and then obviously I will got to do the ground scatter, you know, fill in the browns and the greys and whatever, and reinstate the path. So I reinstated the path going across the track. Quite pleased with the look of that. Little signage as well that comes with it. So she's looking the part. But as I say, I don't know. You know, maybe if I'm having so much trouble with the tarnishing of the track, do I stick with this layout? Or does it all have to come off and we'll start again? Because maybe with pico points next time, because this all happened after I ballasted. Now, I didn't ballast in the usual way as regards when you see on YouTube and the people, you know, they pour the 50-50 mixture over everything and it's literally drowning in the stuff. No, I just let capillary reaction. I treated it there, and then it just sort of spread underneath the track and came up through the bits and pieces. So it definitely wasn't swamped in the 50-50 mixture, but nevertheless, I don't know, you can sort of see that the side of the track is brown. Well, I don't clean the side, so maybe I don't have to paint it, just keep, you know. But I mean, once I've gone over the track rubber, it is okay. It does feel smooth, so it's not going to do any harm to the wheels of the wagons, you know, my locos. And as you can hear, these two are going around as good as gold. And the heavy 67 and the heavy class 60. So, but yeah, if I come down here again in a few hours' time, I would have to clean the track again. So it's not even, you can't even leave it for a day or overnight. It goes within a few hours. So although she'll be running reliably now for an hour or two, it will need to be cleaned again. And it's no good using my other track cleaning devices like this little one here. Yeah, you can see how, I mean, that's just dirty anyway, but that doesn't remove the tarnish. And if the tarnish is on the surface, it interferes with the contact of the you know, stops the electric getting through properly, so you get light flickering and the engine slows and then stutters and then carries on where it finds a good piece of track again. Yeah, so I don't know, guys. Little bit annoying, a little bit upset, because as you know, this layout has been so reliable. Whoops. And now to find that I've got these issues. It got through last winter, no trouble at all. You know, for over a year I've been able to come down here, just turn the power on and play train straight away, and only every now and then thought about track cleaning. But at this moment in time I'm having to come down before I do anything. I'm cleaning the track. Okay, it's all very accessible, and even with the more work that I'm going to be doing at the moment, it won't stop me cleaning the tracks. I mean, things that are awkward to clean the track with, like the this maintenance walkway, you know, it's all removable. Not a lot of the stuff I've got here, guys, is stuck down. You know, the buildings can all be removed. It's the way I do it. So, because I was never sure, even the bridge can come away, so I can get to the track and clean it nicely. All goes back in a certain place. I've actually stuck that column there in place. This one, that is actually just stuck down, so I know it, but the building's not. And that's the way that's the way I do my layout. So can all be cleaned easily, and then I'm up and running. But should I keep having to do it every time I come down there? I don't know. But as you can hear, you know, they're running around. There's no issues. Why have I got the Hornby? I've got Hornby stock on there. There's only 5 engines on here at the moment. There's 2 Class 67s, 2 Class 60s, and there's a Bachmann 66 with a Hornby TTS chip inside, hiding in the shed. Otherwise, everything else has been removed, and it's living indoors at the moment. So they're not in their boxes. I've got a nice little place in front of my computer screen. I've got about 18, I think it's 18 locos all sitting there, nice snug as a bug in normal temperatured living room environment. So they're not getting cold, unlike the Hornby. So maybe it's good. It's a good promotion for Hornby to be able to say, yeah, I'll leave the Hornby ones down here, so I can still come and play trains, and they're robust enough to withstand it. They're running sweet as a nut, aren't they? Sounds quiet enough, so let's put a bit of sound on. So I've just come down here just to make this video so that you can see what the track looks like in virtually a naked form. Hardly anything on it. So there's all the sidings there that go off to the points at the back there. Obviously for the TMD there's the sidings. There's what I call the private sidings for the H class, which is sit there. And then obviously it goes all the way down the front down here. The programming track with a couple of nuclear flasks on it and a sand wagon on it, ballast wagon, and of course another engine shed that I normally keep the freight liners in. But that's what she looks like without a lot of the locos on, guys. I just got to do the ground scatter. If I pursue with this, if I don't lose heart and think to myself, that's it, I'm ripping it all out, who knows? It's not that it doesn't run when I'm down here after a good clean, it's just the fact that if I go indoors for a couple of hours maybe, when I come back to it, I will have to clean it again before I dare start the locos again, because when that tarnishing is there, it's not smooth. Well, it is smooth, but I don't know, it does affect the locos. They don't like it, and I don't want to ruin the wheel sets or the motors and the chips on the on the locos themselves. So that's why the most expensive locos are sitting indoors. And although these aren't cheap either, as you know, but nevertheless, good old, the Hornby seems to be robust. Certainly those Class 67s, they seem to be bulletproof. They weigh a ton, so it's good for its own traction and contact on the track. But whereas I used to have my 08s, they probably, you know, they really performed quite well. They'll only perform if this track is really clean. So I don't know, you know, I wouldn't like to put an 08 on it at the moment, because I bet you it would stutter all over the place, which is a bit of a shame, because it was running so well. It may run well again once the weather starts changing, I don't know, but you know, we're looking into months of this, so we'll just have to see. Okay, so that's it guys, that's what I'm doing, just coming down in the shed to explain to you that I might not be making too many more movies, because I'll be trying to get the scatter down, and I've got to do that fence in there to go to the substation. But as I said, the little fence works alright. To put some inserts into the crossing, so they're now looking good. All these bits here, they're proper crossings, and of course I can clean all that with a track. This is all just literally below track level, so I can happily run the track rubber over that, and it's touching the rails, not the you know, little bit of the road surface, but that's fine. I don't mind that. That's looking good. All right. Bye for now, everybody, and yeah, hopefully there might be good news in the future, but we'll have to see. All right, but for now, bye bye, everybody. See you later. Bye.